The introduction things. Hold on, where's my lighting?
Where's my lighting?
Yeah, where's my lighting? It made me look pretty.
You look pretty, stop it.
Are you sure?
Yes.
I might keep that in there since it's recording. Alright, cool.
Early in the morning,
What's going on, people? It's your boy Cam Topical Juice, and I'm here with my first ever special guest in this kind of new setup that I've got here. Obviously, if you're sharp and perceptive, you'll notice that I'm not in my normal what do you call it? My normal sofa with my normal pillows. But you know, I had to bring the pillows with me. So also a real quick shout out London Podcast Studio. That's where I'm recording right now. They've helped set up, and it's actually amazing here. And I'm probably gonna make it a little a regular thing, but. You know what? I'm not even gonna do the talking. I want you to introduce yourself to the people. Then let them know who you are. Like just a little summary about you. Just cause, yeah. Just let them know who you are, man.
Oh my god, it's always so awkward when I have to introduce myself. Hi everyone, I'm Naomi Williams. I'm probably better known as Curvy Naomi on all social medias.
Curvy Naomi.
Follow me.
Yeah.
Or don't.
No, make sure you do.
So I'm probably better known for changing Instagram's nudity policy surrounding like how they view like nude bodies. I went up against Instagram last year and basically won. They've changed their policy on how nude images are now reviewed. I've been modelling for about 4 or 5 years, but it's really picked up in the last I'd say year because of all of the hype around me changing the policy with my 2 amazing friends and colleagues. So yeah, we did that.
Yeah, what's your friends and colleagues called? Big 'em up, man.
Yes, Gina Martin. She's incredible. She's an activist. She changed the upskirting law. So basically, upskirting is when guys, mostly guys, take pictures up women's skirts, and she basically changed the law because one guy did that to her. When she was at a festival, and she changed the whole law in Parliament so that now people can get, so guys or women, whoever do it, they can get prosecuted, basically. And she brought that into the bill, into Parliament.
So, wait, so before she did that wasn't against the law?
No.
You could take pictures of someone?
And you could send it to people. You could send it to other people. And that was not a thing. That wasn't a law. I know, it's wild.
I'm confused, yeah. This is 2021. I don't understand how we didn't
this happened I think it was 2019. Warm.
Yeah, I'm actually, I shouldn't want to jump on it. Okay.
Yeah, so 2019 I think it was, but yeah, still, it wasn't a law until she made it a law, and she's a bad bitch.
That's crazy. Well, big up her too.
Gina
Big up
Martin
you.
and Alex Cameron. Alex took the picture of me that came down. She's an incredible photographer, and she captures people just as they are, their essence, their core.
Real natural.
Yeah, who they are. So they helped me do that, and we basically changed a lot of shit.
Damn, we're gonna get into that now. As the conversation goes, we're gonna get into that. That's actually amazing. What a perfect introduction. Thank you for that. You literally just made it easy for me. So yeah, this is literally my first ever, I suppose, not necessarily an interview, because I don't like it. I don't really, that makes it too formal. Yeah. A real nice sit down.
Just chat.
Yeah, literally my first ever chat with a special guest, because as you know, I'm trying to level up this thing, I'm really trying to take this YouTube thing to the next level.
We're leveling up, everyone.
We're leveling, man. We're leveling. And Naomi's been following for a while, man. You've been a lot. You caught me in the early stages, and I classify you as a real loyal subscriber, loyal follower. And I've always appreciated the support and the engagement. But so yeah, as I said, we're literally just going to be talking. I want to find out, a lot more about your life, how you got into modelling, what's it like being black, and pushing this body positivity kind of ethos in the industry, and just your experience as a whole. Really, I'm actually very intrigued. You're an intriguing character, so I'm excited to
intriguing.
Hear. Intriguing in a great way.
I know, fantastic. I mean,
intriguing in a kind of weird, kind of strange. No, I hear that. But let's get straight into it then. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, hit the bell to be notified and all of that, and make sure you support and follow Naomi on all social media platforms. I'll leave the social media on the screen, in the description, all of that. Forgive me, guys. I lacked with my attire, man. I'm so hot.
It's so weird.
Man, I'm kind of hungover, and it's not. I'm too real for this YouTube thing sometimes. Sometimes I can let some information go.
Nah, you're never too real. That's why people subscribe and like you. It's
true. That's why also the YouTube penalizes me as well. All the time.
That's why Instagram did it to me.
Exactly. I was just about to say, you can relate to that.
When you talk up and you talk the real, people don't like it necessarily.
They don't.
What I mean?
They don't.
Real awkward, but we move.
So, tell me a little bit about your early life, actually. Just a little. Obviously, as I said, it's not like a. You don't have to go into massive detail, but.
What would you like to know?
Well, You're a South girl, aren't you? You're from the South. You're from the South. You're from the South. Yeah, you done know already.
There's literally nothing or nowhere better than South. Like I said what I said. Yeah, I grew up in Brixton / Kings Avenue / Tulse Hill.
Okay.
All my family live around there, so normal. I feel like I'm just like talking about biography. Normal childhood, you know. No, I grew up
Couple of siblings, yeah.
Literally. I have twin brothers, yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, it was me and my mum for a long time. Growing up through school, I always wanted to be a fashion designer. That was like my goal in life. Like I used to ask my mum to like buy me fashion magazines, and every Saturday, Mum, can you get me this? Can you get me that? And she'd do it. And I was really into fashion from such a young age.
What age was that?
That was like 6 or 7. I wanted to be a fashion designer from that early. That's what I wanted. Like if anyone asked me, I'd just be like, clothes, fashion. I want to make clothes for people. That was like my goal. And then obviously as I got older, like people can taint how you view yourself. And I'm like a very highly sensitive person, and I'm emotional. I'm a Scorpio, the best, first of all.
Okay.
But I kind of let people, the outside noise kind of deter me from what I was doing, like through like school and like college.
What type of things were they saying that was deterring you?
Oh my god! So basically, I was bullied at school, like pretty badly, and then I picked up an eating disorder because of that.
I know them ones.
Yeah. So it's so weird. Me and my best friend were talking about it. My best friend's literally tiny. She's like 5'2". Big up Sophie. She's a nurse. She's amazing.
Big up Sophie.
One time. Yeah. So she's like 5'2". I'm 5'9". She was like a size 12. I was a size 14. I thought to myself, I was like, so basically, I had to unlearn my own fat phobia because I had so many things surrounding bodies and what bodies look like. I'm glad I didn't see anyone look like me. Even though I was size 14, I felt like I was fat, and I thought fat was a bad word back then. And I would literally just like, no, can't do this, can't do that because I'm this. But I equated my height to my weight, which doesn't make any sense. So it was just like, I had to unlearn all of that, and obviously at school as well, people would call me like Green Giant because I was one of the tallest people in my class.
Yeah, girls used to get it. All the girls in school used to get it. I can't lie. Not for me, but just I'm saying in general. Yeah,
you saw it, innit?
100%.
So they would say all of that stuff, and it was just very like emotionally like draining for me, and I took on a lot of that, and then I thought, you know what, maybe I can't be a fashion designer, and I let that kind of go. But then I picked up photography, and I studied that at uni. So photography is my first love. I love photography more than anything. But someone was like to me, why don't you have model face? And I was like, but body. I was like body, and back then like plus size
it wasn't really as much.
So I was like, really guys, like okay, face started popping, thank you.
Damn right.
Thank you, but body. But now I'm like, my body's popping inside of my face, so this is why I'm where I am, thankfully. But back then, it's been an uphill struggle for me to get to the place that I am, being comfortable with myself. That's why no one's external, like anything anyone says to me, external of my own opinion, doesn't bother me.
I think that's a testament to your mental health, or your mental strength, because that's. I think people that go through certain hardships, certain traumas, they can either make you or break you. A lot of people. I always references. Have you seen Shawshank Redemption?
Yeah.
You know, it's obviously an old film and that, but you know Andy Dufresne at the end?
Oh, yeah.
Where he Morgan Freeman's narrating it, and he crawls through the whole 500 yards of shit and comes out clean the other side.
Yeah.
I always,
in the rain.
And he's like, literally that scene there, yeah.
So good.
That always reminds me of like, I always use that as like a metaphor for like us or people going through something and coming out clean the other side rather than the other side. So it's a testament to your strength. And look at you now. Imagine getting bullied for this, that, and the other, and you're on the cover of this magazine. You're on the cover of that.
Thank you. No, it does like
all those people. All those people, man. Literally, that's crazy.
It's still wild to me though. Like I still have like out of body experiences where I'm like, this is wild. Like, but I'm obviously so thankful for it. But it is a lot about mental health, and I always talk about mental health. I've got a mental health page, everyone. It's called Be Who You Deserve. Follow it.
Oh yeah, I didn't know that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so I'm big on mental health. So my friend's she's a therapist in Florida, and obviously because I've like lived with like anxiety and depression in the past, we've like teamed up. And basically the page is just about us as humans being the person we know who we should be. So be the person you deserve to be for yourself. And I feel like you said, mental health has like played such a big part in my life that I think is important because we don't speak about it, especially in the black community.
No, we don't.
But if we're about to go there,
no, we can take it there. We can take it there.
If we're about to go there,
sure.
we don't. But I do think it's mental strength that has got me to this place. Nothing else. Well, yeah, mental, physical, all of the above. But
friends as well, and other good influences, family.
Yeah, all of that. But I do think mental is so important.
What point did you become more when did it flick in, like the switch flick in your head where you're now embraced who you are and you believe, you know, that you're just completely body positive and are comfortable in your own skin?
There wasn't actually a point. I've always said this. There wasn't like one.
It's been a gradual.
Yeah, and I'm still going for it. I still feel like as humans, because we're always evolving. If we're not evolving, we're not like becoming the best versions of ourselves. So I feel like I'm still going for it. So there's still days where I'm like, I wake up, I'm like, and I have to run myself. Now you're that bitch. What are you doing? Like, we're allowed to have down days. Like, we're human.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I try not to sit in it because that's where my anxiety lives. And if I allow myself to, the anxiety will literally just take me, and I cannot let that. So I think it's definitely in work in progress, but I think there's a multitude of things I did. So I've done therapy before. I'm still in therapy. Therapy is amazing. There's nothing wrong with you. Please don't think that there is.
Of course. It's very important, to be honest.
It is. My family are there for me. I've got my cousins I love to death. My friends. Like, and most importantly, I had to change the way I thought about myself and the things I told myself. So I think it's still in progress, but I'm a lot better than where I was, I think.
It's difficult, man. It's very, very difficult. Like, I really do empathise with that, because people have asked me before how I got to be comfortable with myself and be my high confidence, high self-esteem, this, that, and the other. And I'll be honest, I find it hard to answer that, because there wasn't a key pivotal moment. I think 2020 was quite a key moment. I think just in terms of like I'd really dealt with a lot of kind of old traumas, old demons. Yeah. And then kind of Corona hit, and it takes you out of real world, and you're kind of a bit more reflective. But yeah, no, like you, it's been a long journey, and as humans, we are always evolving, aren't we? Always learning. I think we learn until we die, pretty much. So. Yeah. Excuse me.
That's like the best thing about it. That there's like never like a time where we're like fully healed, because we're always just like trying to heal parts of us that we've like, for things that we've picked up like in childhood that had nothing to do with us, or like throughout life. You know what I mean? So I definitely agree there, 100%.
No, I completely feel you.
Drinking Magnum. I don't even drink Magnum.
This one drinking Magnum. This one don't like Magnums now. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh, I'm drinking it because I'm hot.
Do it for the culture.
Wait, tits and ass. Tits and ass.
Oh, damn. I feel cultured now. I'm throwing it back. I'm enjoying this one. So when did you get into? Actually, before we talk about when you got into modelling, what was? Tell me about a bit more about photography at uni. What was that like?
That was great. So I did media, cultural studies and photography. That was good. I just feel like I don't think uni was for me. I think I found friends and I got a lot of debt.
Yeah, I hear that.
But it taught me like what photography actually is, and it's more than just a picture for me. Like, I always like tell a story. So with my photography, it was always conceptual. So conceptual photography is like there's a concept behind the picture. Okay. So it's like a story. So I'd always like talk to someone before taking their picture, rather than just taking it. So kind of like, have you ever heard of, is it Humans of New York?
I haven't.
It's like this big Instagram page, and they go around like taking pictures of people in New York, but they ask for their story behind it. Oh, you probably have.
I've heard of it, I think, but I need to double check. I need to read that again. Yeah.
So it was literally like that. So that's my whole thing. So my pictures are based on me obviously knowing people, but asking them to like delve a bit deeper.
I love that. And peel back the layers, man. Get like a bit more depth. Yeah, like Shrek.
I was about to say that. You made me do it. Literally like Shrek.
I like Shrek, boy.
But that's what my whole thing was about, like capturing people as they are and who they are, not just like their aesthetic.
I love that.
So yeah, that was my love. I still love photography. I haven't picked up a camera in a while because phones take over everything, and it's just easier to have a phone and just take a picture. But I do want to get back into it, especially films and dark rooms. Oh my gosh, jizz. A dark room and getting film developed and seeing it develop.
That's it. Is a dark room like the red room?
Yeah, it's like where it's kind of like slightly red, and then you can like you put the film through different stages. And then it comes out at the end, and you can see the picture. Rah. That's like real film. That's like real photography.
Yeah.
Oh, that is everything. Honestly,
I can see you getting a little bit turned on. That's right up your street. That proper photography. I like that. If you ever need models, I can try. I can help you out a little bit there. You know,
absolutely. If I start picking up my old camera again.
No, make sure you do, man. Because I actually used to be a model. You know, believe it or not. You know.
Not hard to believe that, to be honest. Why did you stop?
Thank you. No, actually, I can tell you it's fun. Well, not a funny story, actually. It's you. Actually, you can probably you know way more than me. You've been doing it longer. For me at the time, it wasn't paying as consistently as I needed it to. So I got I signed for BAME. And so like I was thinking to myself, do I say the agency? But either way,
My face is saying.
no, it's saying a lot. And the thing is, and I agree with your facial expression. To be fair, I ain't gonna start. I don't want to start slating people. Yeah, this that. Yeah, but I agree with that. Do you know what I'm saying? So it wasn't that consistent. I was younger as well. Like this is 2017, and it just wasn't.
Wait, how old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh, he's a baby.
Well, someone's called me an old man the other day at work. Because
You've got an old self, you're a baby.
Yeah, wise beyond my years apparently is what they say. Some people say in the comments, which is, it's his life be life, and you know how it is. But, so yeah, it's like,
maybe. Life be laughing.
It really be laughing, man, trust me.
My gosh.
But yeah, so like, I had a few fun experiences, like, a few extras here and there, a few adverts for what's that medicine called?
Which one? Benadryl.
Benadryl. I remember that one take and I thought you were gonna say Maggie's.
No, but struggling to drink that.
Boy, so like I got to show. In fact, it's on my Insta somewhere. I'm gonna show you afterwards. I'm gonna show you. It's proper cringy, but it's, you know how these adverts are.
Yeah.
I was like a Bollywood extra, couple of certain things, but like
really,
yeah, you know, I'll just accept any role. Like, I'll be like, yeah, let me just jump into it. But then again, the money isn't consistent because you might do a job and they might not pay you for
3 months.
Wow, yeah, literally ages and blah blah blah. So in the end, yeah. These times I thought to myself I wanted to move out. So this is, again, it's like 4 years ago. So I thought I need more consistent money. I need to get a salary, a job.
Sure.
Even though I knew in my heart of hearts that I'm not destined for this corporate shit. Like I hate it there. So in the end, it just kind of fizzled out after a year. It was a fun experience, and for all my life, before I glowed up and that, I used to think to myself, imagine getting paid.
Sorry, I don't believe in glowing up. I don't believe in that term.
You don't think so?
I think that we glow always, but there's like a moment where we just kind of step into our own power.
Yeah.
There's always glow, babes.
I hear that. I was manifesting it when I was a youth, 15, 16. I was looking in the mirror. I wasn't happy with the way I looked, and I I said to myself, Cam, you're gonna be that guy. You will be that guy, and trust me. I'm that guy, man. I'm telling you, literally, the universe, God, you know, whatever it was, they delivered and whatever. But either way, it was a good experience. And to be fair, if it wasn't for the modelling year, I wouldn't have found out about Celebs Go Dating, which I went on basically. Yeah, I'd never heard of it.
I want to find out some more about that now. What happened?
Did you watch it?
One of the seasons I think I have, or one.
Okay,
couple of episodes.
I think I was on season 4. It was the first season where they take the finalists to abroad. Okay. So they brought me. So I imagine it's just a real quick story before I get back to, because obviously I've got to get back to you. But real quick story. Yeah. My ex was on. I saw her on Celebrity First Dates. This is on December, obviously 2017. I think it's just years ago. And obviously these times I'm toxic, and like I'm a bit more in a toxic place. I'm younger. You know what I'm saying? And like I thought, right, like, I wasn't mad when I saw her on TV. I thought fair, but then like because I got an email from my modelling agency saying, we've got an opportunity for a TV program called Celebs Go Dating. Yeah. I'd never heard of it at the time, so I was like, Celebs Go Dating. That kind of sounds like First Dates. My ex was on First Dates. Oh shit. I'm going on this one. You know what I'm saying? I thought, F it, I'm going on this one. And in the end, it was a good experience. You know, I went on a date with a girl who won a double gold medal in the Olympics. She obviously liked me the most. She took me to Cape Verde, and I got a free holiday out of it. Friends that I'm still friends with to this day. Wow. Like it was a good experience. It was a good experience. It was the one with Gemma Collins, Mike as well, who passed away unfortunately from Love Island. Yeah, it was good. It was good. So if it wasn't for my modelling, I wouldn't have found out about that and had that opportunity. So I'm grateful. But in the end, I do want to get back to that at some point. Yeah. You know, when the YouTube starts taking off a little bit more, when the brands start coming to your boy, Sucom. It's pending. You know what I'm saying? It really is. It's buffering right now for real. It is still. But so that was my short modelling story. But how did you get into modelling then? Oh my God. What was that transition to being this superstar?
Oh jeez.
Come on.
So I've had. Where do we start?
You took the words. Where do we start?
So I've been like hustling and like literally trying to get jobs. So it's been like a solid like 4 or 5 years of me literally having to network and working for nothing, like no money, or collabing with brands and stuff, which I'm happy to do. I was happy to do up to a certain point. And then when it didn't make sense anymore, I was like, okay, let me try and take this more seriously and apply. So I applied to 2 agencies, not going to name them.
Okay.
No, absolute trash. I will say that with my chest and with Vim. They did not get me paid. They didn't pay me on time. They didn't care. But my first thing that had me blow up was advert I did in 2019.
Sick.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
Because I had to act, I had to dance. I'm not a dancer, I'm not an actor. I was the only model. I was the only plus size black woman on there. And basically, yeah. They paid me less money than everyone else. So I'm just going to say it with my chest. Yeah. And I was the main person in the advert.
See, this is exactly what I want. I'm so glad I had you on here because this is the type of things we need to be digging into. You know what I'm saying? That's not good. How did you find? Actually, in fact, let me say it a minute. Go on, carry on.
I spoke to the models.
Because
we made friends. Like we were there. We were
cool.
in this place for 8 days, and I thought to myself, I'm not gonna not speak to people because we all got on. So it was like an open conversation, and they were like, "Oh, we're getting this much," and they were like, "Oh, it's quite good for an advert." I was like, "Sorry," I said, "Absolutely not," and I said, "I'm not getting that much." So, and they had me in the advert. I was the main black woman, the only plus size black woman on the set. There was a black man, but I was the only black woman on set. And I was the main focus point in that advert.
Yeah. And you're getting paid less than everyone else.
I was just like, wow, this is...
It's what systemic racism looks like.
Yeah, I was tight. I'm not gonna, I'm still tight about it, but it's in the past. But this is why I will speak up about certain things because it's not on. And this is the problem with like the industry. Like a lot of people say, well, you shouldn't be having those conversations because it's money. And I agree to a certain extent. Don't talk about people's money. But when it comes to people being unfairly paid and unfairly treated, and this system, like you said, systematic racism that's been like around for too long. Anyway, we're gonna like break it by having these conversations. So that was my first, like I'd say, big thing in 2019, and since then it's just been thing after thing.
Oh, good. So what was that experience like overall, apart from the getting paid a little bit less?
Enjoyable. I did enjoy it because I'd never danced before, like that. How we had to dance, I'd never acted before, and I was literally on a set that they built from scratch. So they had like a whole full-on set that you could walk into. Doors worked, windows worked, tables. It was amazing.
That's nuts. That's a big brand as well, you know.
Yeah, they are. It was a very
big brand.
Yeah.
Have they come calling since?
No.
Okay.
But also, I don't know if like I said, I don't think adverts are for me, but I'd never rule anything out. Like if it's for the right, I think back then I did it because it was like, wow, this, to me, it felt like a lot of money then for what it is. Like, oh, this is great, it's an advert. But now I'm very picky with what I say yes to, regardless of the money. If it doesn't align with who I am as a person, I ain't doing it.
No, that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's a big brand. It's a very, very big brand. To be fair, like, I somewhat, I'm trying to think, because when did plus size models become more acceptable or accepted in society and things like that? Because I'm trying to think, were they pivotal in doing that or pushing that narrative? Or?
I want to say like, when did it really like start I want to say like 2014.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's been a while actually. Yeah.
But like they had like a few plus size models. Now it's a bigger thing where people are like, there's a lot of us. You know what I mean? So it's not just like one model that's doing everything. It's just like there's different models, different. Oh, let me not get started on that because there's my mouth will run about the same models that are used in the same campaigns. Because I will just go off. But
do they just start recycling the same faces all the time?
Oh my gosh, same faces, same body shape, but it's just like, can we not discuss that there's like plus size women and people that have different body shapes? And the thing that pisses me off is just like, we're all like plus size and we all wear clothes. So if we all wear clothes, why am I not seeing the sizes for the sizes that you carry? I'm seeing them on one size model. It doesn't make sense to me.
That's not making sense.
It doesn't make sense.
That's not making sense.
And I feel like a lot of brands will argue, like, you know, we just have these models and let's just use them and whatever. And I'm like, great. It just doesn't make sense to me.
What's it? This is I suppose it's quite a broad question, but what's it actually like being a black female plus size model in the industry? Because, you know, in my short year loan spell or whatever in modeling industry, I realize it's once again it's another industry that's quite political, and there's certain most industries aren't as they're glamorous from the outside, aren't they? But when you're obviously inside, it's a little bit different. Now I know you mentioned that one example of you getting paid less. Is there any other examples where you felt maybe like a bit indifferent? Because you're still a niche in that, even within that industry. Do you know what I'm saying?
What is it like? First of all, it's empowering because I love myself.
I'm glad you started with that. Yeah, a positive thing.
It is, because I feel like I'm empowered. I can inspire people. I inspire myself and I can help other people.
You inspire me as well. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, stop it. Thanks, babe. Stop. No, but it's empowering. First of all, it's a positive thing. But of course, there's been times where I do go onto set and it's like, people ask to me to be on shoots, and then they won't have my size clothing, or they'll like put me on the end of like, I was just like stand there. There's been those times, and that used to make me so sad. I used to go home and really be upset about it. So it's not easy because I am a minority still within a minority of people, being that I'm black and plus size, not just plus size. So when I actually deep it, which is not much because then I'll go into like a rabbit hole of just thinking. But if I actually do deep it, it's quite difficult. It's not easy to navigate. But again, I'm such a mentally strong person.
Yeah,
like,
most definitely.
I feel like I can withstand quite a lot. Not that I should have to, but because I'm like fighting this battle, not for myself, for other people, I do not have time to like stop and like think about it too much about how I feel. I know how I feel, and obviously I feel my feelings, but I don't have time because there's other people that are worse off than me, and I have a table, so I'm trying to create a bigger one, so I can have people sitting like around it as well. So yeah, literally.
How do you think people feel about plus size models? Do you think there's still a stigma around people that healthy is slimmer or happiness is slimmer or whatever? What do you think that the narrative is at the moment in terms of how people feel?
Oh jeez. Oh, I'm really good.
You see, you know your boy will be digging deep. Your boy will be asking these questions, you know.
There definitely is there's definitely a niche. There's definitely like people equate being big or being fat or being plus size to being unhealthy, and that's what people's main argument is. Like I've had people say it to me like, oh, like some pages have like reposted me about my asking, and some of the comments, I can take a lot of comments, but those comments were bad. So I turned off my comments on my page. So only people that I follow can comment, because again, it's my platform. I'm allowed to do what I need to preserve my energy.
Protect your health, you know what I'm saying?
Do you know what I mean? And I'm not running away because I'm not going to argue with someone who's a troll.
They don't know shit.
Yeah, clearly there's something wrong that you're on someone else's page, like giving off negative energy. Like that's time you cannot get back.
Very insecure.
And I can't understand that. Do you know what I mean?
You have to be very insecure to do that.
So I think that that's the first thing people think. You're promoting unhealthy lifestyle. Doesn't make sense because most people fear being fat like it's the worst thing in the world when it's not. Like being a bad person, being a dickhead, like treating people like shit.
People that do things to children or women.
There are worse things in life. Do you know what I mean? But in people's mind, it's like you're promoting an unhealthy lifestyle. You're promoting obesity. I'm definitely just promoting being myself and the body that I have.
That's the most important thing. You're happy within your own skin.
Yeah, and I know I'm healthy and no one's my doctor. People like to assume that they know by looking at me. You're not my doctor. You don't know what's going on with me. You don't know what I do to keep healthy. Do you know what I mean? So sorry I cut you off there.
No, please continue, please.
But I just it's a very like, I battle with people a lot, just chatting a lot of shit about it, and I'm just like, I'll give it a rest. Like really stop and just.
For me, when people talk too much, I don't understand it. Because for me, I say it in all my videos. I'll say it right now. If you are happy within your own skin, that's all I care about. I don't give a shit if someone's 50 tons. I don't care. It's the people who preach that they're happy within their own skin or body positivity, but then they're feeling a type of way. I don't know. I think if you're truly happy within your own skin, you don't really care what people like have to say or think type things. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I agree, because you're happy with yourself. You don't have to be looking at anyone else if you're truly happy with who you are as a person. 100%. And I don't mean just like physically, because people put a lot of emphasis on physical beauty as well, what that means to be beautiful, and like people equate being fat to not being pretty.
Beautiful. Exactly.
Those are not synonymous. They're not the same thing.
That's the difference, yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's so many layers within this like whole conversation. I did a post on my Instagram, it's still up, and I walk a lot. I like to walk, so I live in...
Very therapeutic, by the way. I love walking.
Listen, I put my earphones in, my phone's on airplane mode. No one can bother me.
To ignore them.
Literally. So I like walking. So I walk. I've done 20,000 steps in one walk. My goal is to like go up 25, 30k, whatever. And a lot of people, I've made a post about it because it's pissing me off. And I spoke to my best friend, and people like in my DMs like, oh, I see you walking a lot. You're trying to lose weight. You're walking a lot. I said, what has me walking got to do with me trying to lose weight? Like, my mental health, I like walking.
So jarring.
And it's like, why are you so concerned with me walking? And I said, no, I don't have to explain to you, I'm not trying to lose weight. And even if I was trying to lose weight, which I'm not, I'm just going to put that out here, I want to be healthy. So whatever that means and whatever it looks like to me, that's what that means. As long as it helps my mental health, I'm okay with that.
What's it got to do with them? Why does it matter?
And this is what I mean. Like, certain things are like toxic because you cannot do anything without people like looking at you and scrutinizing. Especially when you're plus size. It's like, okay, you're plus size, but it's like you cannot lose weight because you don't do plus size anymore, and you said you're plus size and you're with us. I am with you. I've always been big boned. I've always been a big girl. Yes, I was slim at one stage, but my bones are still there. I'm still broad. Like, I just feel like there's this thing that people just focus on what other people are doing so much. Yes, I have a platform, but my life is my own, and I say that with my chest. Like,
you actually have to live that life. You can't think, oh, I'm going to do something and think about what other people are going to think about that while
you
you're
know what
like...
I mean? Because it did get to me. I was like, okay, should I stop walking? I
Nah, see, look at that.
And I was like, no, because that's like counterproductive. It helps me. It helps clear my mind. It helps my body feel better when I'm moving and I'm doing stuff for myself. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was wild, babe. Wild.
That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like that at all, because at the end of the day, yeah, these people, I can't, these trolls or these people, they're very, I already know as soon as they've typed, I already know they've lost, to me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because as soon as you've posted that, I already know exactly who you're beneath me. Do you know what I'm saying? You're already someone who
is not anything you need to be on.
You're someone who's clearly insecure about your own life. You're projecting onto someone else. Imagine, a real bad boy or a real gallus or someone who's secure in themselves, commenting on someone's you don't
do that.
You don't do that. That's very, very strange. And that's, I think it's a good time to talk about that whole Instagram situation. Now, give me the top to bottom, because I didn't even know about this until a few weeks ago when I saw. I think you re-uploaded a picture on Instagram talking about it in it. So that's when I was like, rah, okay, cool. So I know you mentioned it at the start of this video, but let's So what actually happened? You took a picture, and then what happened?
So I did a photo shoot for
with someone Cameron. What was his name? Her name?
Yes, Alex Cameron. He remembers his name. So Alex, hi Alex, she's amazing. So Alex took a picture of me. We did like I wouldn't say body positive. It was just like a confidence shoot.
Yeah,
like, I just needed some new pictures.
It was a nice picture. Very nice lighting as well.
Thank you. She's incredible. So I just need some new pictures in my portfolio. Something different I hadn't done before. We were so excited. We were like, we got some great pictures now. She sent it to me, one to me when I was on the train on the way home. And she was like, okay, let's post today at 6 or something. I was like, cool. Both posted. Within 5 minutes of us posting, both of them came down.
5 minutes?
Maybe even less than that. We were like, what's happening? Alex was like, no, did your picture come down? I was like, yeah, it's yours. She said, yeah. Okay, so all right, let's try that. We're going to go again. Who knows what happened? Again, post it. Literally went up. Got the notification that said your picture breaches the guidelines of Instagram. And we were like, I'm sorry. So we went live and we were like, guys, everyone, did you see like the picture? Do you know if people have been reporting it? And then we tried to post it again, and then it blocked me from posting whatsoever. And it was like my page was at risk of being deleted. Then I panicked because I'm like,
yeah, no, that's wild.
I was like, oh my gosh, like my whole page, like this is my work, like this is what I do. So Alex asked Gina Martin. She was like, okay, G, can you help us to start people to follow to try and get the picture back up? So Gina started the hashtag I want to see Naomi. And then she was like, okay, everyone, let's all repost Naomi's picture with I want to see Naomi and see if it's just coming from Naomi's page or if it's actually something bigger. People started posting it, pictures started coming on everyone's page.
Everywhere.
So it didn't have anything to do with just being my page. It was the fact that they didn't like my body.
The actual picture itself.
The actual picture.
Wow.
And then I was just like, oh, this is shocking. I'm not gonna lie, I was angry, I was upset.
Of course.
I was like, why is this happening? And the worst thing is, for people who follow me or people who don't, I'm naked a lot on my page because my body's banging.
Own that shit.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So this picture, I wasn't even like naked or anything. I was
you're just holding it.
I was in cycling shorts, and it was sideways, so I was holding my breast, but you couldn't see anything. And they took it down, and there's pictures of me that have less clothes on that have stayed up. So I was like, okay, this is so weird. So we Instagram got in contact with me.
Oh, they actually reached out to you?
Yeah, well, Gina said to me, well, 2 of my contacts would like to have like a Zoom and talk to you.
Okay.
I was like, okay. So I spoke to them, and they were saying, oh yeah, your picture's come down. I was like, oh, why has it?
Why?
I was not playing. I was rattled at this stage. I was like, why has it come down? What's the problem? They were explaining to me basically technical side of it.
The software,
So,
the
of course,
algorithm,
yes,
all that.
and you know, well, the algorithm didn't come up because apparently that doesn't exist.
Oh, okay, yeah, of course it does, yeah.
But
Ooh,
they were-
yeah, of course it does.
But they were just like, we're sorry, it's a mistake that came down. I was like, okay. I said, what I don't like is, we all make mistakes. And I feel like I don't like sorries without like a change. Because I feel like it's manipulation. So I was like, okay, so what's going to happen now then? Is there going to be a change?
Where do we go from here?
Yeah, 'cause
Yeah.
I accept your apology, but it should have come down in the first place. And I acknowledge that, which I'm thankful for. Rah.
You didn't see that?
Exactly. So I was like, cool. So we didn't hear anything for a little bit. I think it was like a week or so. And then I got a, was it a week or so? About a week, maybe 2. Do you know how, like, it happened so quickly? I forget a lot of what happened because it was so quick. It might have been a week, could have been more. I got an email from the CEO of Instagram to my email. And he was like, can we set up a Zoom? I was like,
Damn. CEO, you know.
I was like, Rasta. I was like, wow. And then we set up the meeting. We were all on the call, and he apologized to me personally.
Okay, that's
and
nice.
I said
That's
thank
nice,
you
that's
because
nice.
I acknowledge and I, you know, thanks. And he was like, well, we're kind of going to try and look into changing how we review how nude pictures are like reviewed by our reviewing team.
Okay.
And then he explained all the technical side of, you know, how it works, blah, blah, blah. And then he said it will take a long time. It took about 2 months. That's actually quite quick. Happened in August, happened in July.
It's pretty speedy to be
August,
fair.
September, October, by October the 27th, that's when it happened.
To change the whole policy, that's pretty.
So
and
basically,
technology.
let me tell you what the change is.
Yeah.
So it's very techie. So basically the change is, if you're covering your breasts, your hand has to be flat. So it has to be covering your boob. You cannot have any indentations.
So you can't grow. Okay.
But that was the thing that we were trying to say. You say this, but when there's women who have bigger chests, there's more to hold on to. So there's so many factors that came into it.
Yeah.
But obviously we were happy for the change, regardless, because now pictures are staying up. I'm not getting tagged in anyone saying at 9 my pictures calm down. So it has helped, and that's all I wanted, to be fair. So the change came last year, and since then it's just been like, woo. It's been a bit mad.
That's crazy, man. The woman that took on Instagram and won, you know. Because honestly, I'm trying to be that hero when it comes to like YouTube, but I'm the heroics are they're penalising me a lot, man. I can't lie. They're really on my clock, man. It's actually very
do it, babe.
It's very frustrating, man. Like they're penalising me on YouTube, for instance, of like my thumbnail. They removed my thumbnails for breaching. So I did honestly, I didn't actually address this on YouTube. No one really knows this, but I did a video on Faye and Faye's when Faye did the outburst against Teddy. Yeah, I did a video on it.
If I speak.
Oh my goodness, my God, Teddy. I'll be honest, Teddy's to stay with her. He's a bit more still. But anyway, no shade. But if you take it personally, it's what it is. Shade, yeah. No shade, but shade. It is what it is. Yeah, it's wet still. But anyway, what's it? Yeah, and I did on my thumbnail was just a picture of her screaming, and underneath it had abused in question mark, abusive, sorry, with a question mark. They removed my thumbnail 5-6 times for breaching the sex and nudity policy.
Sorry?
Sex and nudity for a picture of Faye screaming with abuse. Like, I was literally sitting here thinking, how are they on me this much?
Why?
Like,
what was the reason?
They didn't give it. Honestly, my videos get taken down. Obviously, a few Spoil Sports try to remove my things for copyright and things like that. Some dickhead thing like. Oh man, it's very frustrating being the realist on YouTube, Naomi, man. Like you're the realist on Instagram, I'm the realist on YouTube. It's very frustrating, man.
It's hard. But you know what, babe? Like you can do it. Like this is the thing. You will not be. You're not that kind of person. I don't feel that will be like. No one will tell you no.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I'm the same. So once you know that you're doing something that's like tangible, you're doing some real shit on this platform. So you cannot be stopped.
Nah, I hope so, man.
You
You got free the realness, man. You feel me?
Literally.
But yeah. So have you got any? I know we mentioned briefly off camera. You don't have to get into detail, obviously, because it's a bit of a secret, a bit of exclusive. But
I didn't say anything.
She didn't. I'm still kept in the dark, unfortunately. But yeah. So have you got any like work coming up have you got any work coming up? Tell me about the work coming up, man. Tell the people there.
I actually can't tell you anything.
You can't tell specifics. Don't say their names.
No, actually, I've got big things.
Big things. Sorry, I get gassed.
He's getting gas for me.
Getting
I
gassed.
have very big things coming up that I'm really that I'm gonna change. It's gonna change a lot of things for me, and again for people that I'm trying to change things for.
Yeah.
So just keep a lookout because it's not going to be hard to find me basically when it all pops up. So and follow me on Instagram at Curvy Naomi.
Yeah, of course. Make sure you do that. When is that going to happen then? When can we find out about this big news?
Next year at some point.
Next year.
That's all I can say.
Is there going to be like an announcement, or can you come back on my show and give me the exclusive?
Oh my gosh, let me speak to my agent. I want to come back and actually give you the exclusive.
Okay.
I'd love to.
If you don't ask, you don't get, man. I appreciate
true.
it. That'll be very, very
good.
nice. Sometime next year, cool.
Yeah.
I'm really that's going to be amazing. I'm really hoping for that break, man. I need that break as well, man. This time next year, I want to be clear. But we'll see. So I actually asked you off camera, yeah, but I didn't want you to answer it because it's something I could ask on camera.
Yeah.
But I was about to ask when and why did you shave your hair off? Not that it looks absolutely beautiful, by the way.
Thank you.
But obviously, you don't usually see women with short hair. To be fair,
No,
like
you
fully.
don't. That's weird that you said that because to my best friend, I don't really see a lot of like black women or women in general with like shaved heads.
Even when it's short, it's not as short as that. It's usually like a little, I don't know, like a little afro or something. Yeah.
I did a lot with my hair growing up. Like when I tell you a lot. Black girls, if you know, braids, weave.
Yep.
I did. Oh my gosh, cane row.
Yep.
Everything, all sorts of things you can think of. Tied it, bleached it. My hair like fell out quite a bit, and I wasn't the best at.
Get me worried.
No, you're good. I didn't take care of my hair enough.
Okay.
And I feel like your hair is your crown, and I always felt like I'm not really taking care of it, but I take care of my brother's hair. My brothers have got the most beautiful curls. I could take care of their 16-year-old hairs, but mine, I couldn't take care of my own. And it got to a stage where I had like the short, obviously ran a pixie cut when everyone did. And I was like, all right, let me cut it a bit because I wanted to change. And I thought I could pull it off and why not? And people kept telling me, like my granddad used to tell me, rest his soul, that as a woman, your hair is your beauty.
Yeah.
And I just didn't subscribe to that at all. So I was like, no, granddad, no. But I just wanted to be a bit different because you don't see a lot of black people with like women with short hair. And I think it's a statement because I feel like with women, they say your hair makes you feminine. I'm still feminine, very feminine, without hair.
Yep.
So I wanted to kind of go against that and to what it means to be a woman and feminine as well as being masculine because I have a bit of a duality.
A bit of both, yeah.
But it was basically just to say fuck you to everyone that says that you can't have short hair and be like sexy and feminine, whatever.
I love that because I'm exactly the same. So when I had braids first before I grew my locks, I purposely made sure I got quite an outlandish hairstyle when I went for a job interview. Yeah. Because I used to get so mad at the fact that corporations would. There was a stigma around hair, tattoos, all that. So I would make sure you see it at the interview.
Yeah.
And I get jobs.
Of course.
I got the jobs because I love it because it just shows you how sick we actually are. Like you can go against the grain and
still bang
and still win. Literally, exactly.
Literally.
Have you noticed that it's got you more jobs and stuff like that? 'Cause it's a bit different. It's a bit more unique and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I think when I cut my hair, that's when I got more jobs. And they were like, "Oh, we want you to like cast for this thing." I do think because it's very like it shows your face. And I think with modelling, that's a lot of what it's about. Like there's got to be like a distinctive thing. I feel like all models are beautiful, but there's got to be like a distinctive thing about you. And I think because it's just face, it kind of gets me a little more jobs.
No, that's good though because I remember like sometimes when I have my hair down. It can get in my face, and my mum's like, "Oh, put it up. I want to see your face. I want to see your face." It's that shit. I'm like, shut the hell up. She's alright. She's cool, man. She's cool. Big up, Mumsy, man. Big up, Mumsy. But what was I gonna say? I had something important brewing. I wanted to ask you. It was something about your motivation. You mentioned something earlier about the work that you've got coming up and how it's feeding into what you're trying to achieve in terms of like the message you're trying to deliver. Like, so what is it what's your why? Why do you do what you do? What's your kind of inspiration that motivates you to keep like, pushing the right positive message about body positivity, being black, short hair, all of it, all of the above?
My family,
Yeah.
Like my family. Like I do everything for my family. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get emotional. I'm emotional. But yeah, my family are literally everything. I have the most supportive family. I couldn't wish for a more supportive. I love you all. Supportive family. They're all amazing. Like that's what I do it for. I want to help my family because obviously I grew up and it was tough for me and my mum. And now I've got my brothers. I just want to be able to help them to understand that yes, you need to work hard, but it doesn't need to be that hard because your sister can help you.
Your sister can bust you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna be like, you can get what you want, whatever. But it's just like, I want to give my mum all the things that I could never repay my mum for what she's done for me by herself with me because I'm hard work. But girl,
Damn.
literally, and like my nan, like my family are my why. That is 100% it. Yeah.
Interesting.
100%.
What about the people that look up to you and you know that follow you of course you.
But this is what I mean. Like when I say I'm doing things not for me, in that sense, I'm talking about plus size women and just women that want to model, people that want to do things and make changes but don't feel like they can. When I say I'm not doing it for me, that's what I mean. I'm not doing it for me. I'm doing it for these girls that are like coming up because I didn't see anyone that looked like me, and now they can see someone that looks like them, and that keeps me going, knowing that someone else has done something. When someone messages me and goes, "No, I did this thing," and I'm like, "Oh, yay, that's great!" Like you actually took that
I'm sorry,
you actually took that step to like doing this thing you didn't think you could do. That is so my family and just inspiring others always.
What's been the best experience you've had since you started modeling? Like the most memorable, the most enjoyable? Was it the biggest money, biggest paycheck? Was it a company that you've had? Because you're always working, you're always doing shoots.
I'd say one that was great was Cult Beauty.
Okay.
Because that was a beauty thing, and growing up I did not like my nose at all. It reminded me of my wow, I can't. Can I talk? Can I?
The Maggie done hit you, mate.
It reminded me of my dad. And,
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying.
Yeah, we need to go there. So I was like, I don't want to. Like, I wasn't into it. And when Cult Beauty like cast me without me having to go to a casting, and we're like, we want to shoot you for the cover without me going to a casting, I was like,
no casting whatsoever.
no.
They just wanted
They
you.
was like, yeah, we want you for the Christmas cover last year. And I was in everyone's letterboxes. Like when they ordered, I was in the magazine on the front cover.
Swear.
And it was when I first saw myself on the cover, I was like, nah, you're actually doing fashion and beauty.
You're doing it, man. You're really doing it.
Literally, I was like, literally, that was a big one.
That's a big one.
Yeah. But I've had like multiple.
You've been on like, what do you call it?
National Lottery.
Yeah.
That was good. Seeing
big
that
ones
billboard
like
for the
that.
first
Billboard,
time.
that's it, yeah. Billboards.
What else?
Didn't I see a picture of you like on Insta maybe on that? You're in different countries as well sometimes. Your face, is your face sometimes on like, has your face been in like New York somewhere maybe?
That wasn't me.
Has it not? Wow.
I mean, pending.
Yeah, 100%, yeah, it's coming now, but maybe.
Dove, I'm an ambassador for Dove as well.
Dove rings a bell.
Yeah, because I posted about them. I'm ambassador for them.
Do you still work alongside them now? And
Yeah. So
big up Dove.
Yeah, well, big up Doves one time.
Yeah, I hear that, man. Are you? What about the dating scene then, my love? What are you doing in the scene?
You can't ask me this question. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm healing. I'm a healing girl. No,
healing.
I've got a lot of things to work through. So I'm the kind of person that if I know that I'm not in the right space, I'm not going to put myself into anything with anyone. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that, and it took me a long time to understand that I have some toxic traits that I need to work on.
Yeah.
I'm less so now, but now I'm realizing it can be lonely sometimes. But also it's better because How long you been out the dating scene? How long you been working on yourself? Long time.
How long's long?
A long time. Because I've been working.
Alright, cool.
He's like trying to get blood from someone. Scorpio. I ain't gonna say. But it's been a long time. I will say that.
I've been single. I say it in my videos. I've been single for 4.5 years now.
Oh, is that what you said?
Yeah, 4.5.
So what about dating?
I don't really date, to be honest.
We're the same. Okay, so now he said that. Let me just say it and come back and say it. It's been about 3-ish years.
Okay.
I've dated people in between, but there's no one I want to like bring up or say, and they were like great because they weren't, obviously.
Well, obviously, or they'd be,
you know what I mean? But I don't really date either, so it's just, So,
actually, I'm so glad you said that, because when people ask me, if you don't date, what do you do then? How do you see? And I'm like, well, I suppose because dating for me is when I date someone, it's like you've got the intention of maybe taking it further down the line. I think where, like you, I'm not in the headspace for that at the moment. I'm still working on not really. I'm more on the back. I'm more on the end of it now. I'm pretty much the other side. But there's still certain things I have to prioritize. YouTube, all that stuff.
That's what I mean. I feel like when you say that, for me, if you're gonna date someone, it needs to be going somewhere. And I feel like whether it's similar, me taking that step means that I want to go somewhere.
Exactly.
Don't right now.
Yeah.
But I do, but I don't. So it's like, what's the point?
It's tricky.
Yeah, it is.
I think I'm just waiting. I think I'm waiting to level up. Do you know what I'm saying? Like I really need to. I'm working hard on this YouTube thing. I'm working hard. Like I'm trying to blow. So I think when I get to that level where the money's consistent, I don't know, everything's just consistency and there's some structure there. I feel like I'll be in a bit more of a better place just to let someone in. But in terms of mental health though, I'm there. Like I used back in the day. I used to. There were so many girls that I used to say like I'm working on myself. I can't. And they think it's an excuse. It wasn't. It really was being real. But back then that was because my mental health wasn't fully there. But now it's a different reason. So now it's like my mental health is there, but now my life priority. I'm grinding now. Do you know what I'm saying? So getting to know someone new, the energy,
putting the time in.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It's quite. It's quite.
Talking, but that doesn't.
Yeah, obviously, listen, like, obviously, your boy, I like the female doing it, you know what I'm saying? So I like the girls. So obviously, I'm not on my own the year round, you know what I'm saying? But the same way, you won't catch me out here on the dating scene, like taking this girl out or this, or I'm really not.
Like that.
If I keep it chilly, I don't really need to do that to get the females there.
Oh my gosh. Wow, ego, big head. Can you fit through the door?
Boy, let me have it, man.
No, you gotta be confident, man, 100%.
No, I have to, man. I have to. But yeah, man. I mean, before we wrap up, is there anything you wanna ask about me? Ask about the YouTube channel? Not that I'm being a narcissist right now, but if there's anything you wanna know, like.
I mean, I know Cam off camera, so I actually do not need to ask anything else. Cause I know.
Actually, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
When did you if you remember, what video was it that you saw of mine first?
Oh my god, that made me go like, oh my god, he's sick.
Yeah.
What one was it? Oh, you put me on the spot now. Probably my watch list on YouTube because I do not watch like a lot of people. I'm very selective if I like watch and what I intake in general. What video was it? Because your hair was much shorter.
Damn.
And you had like a head I'm sure you was in grey.
Oh, well remembered. Oh, wait, that was a
What video was that?
Was that my Q&A? Because basically, I remember I had a headband on. It was a grey headband, and I was wearing this T-shirt, but it was like it had like free. It was kind of baggy, oversized. Yeah. I believe that was I'm sure that was my Q&A, but you wouldn't have seen that unless you were already a subscriber. So maybe I recycled that outfit once or twice. But that was definitely the back end of 2020.
It was. But it was also the song you picked for your opening for JR.
JR, you know about that rhythm? Yeah.
I was like, yeah, boy.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that one, Cam. He was in a grey like vest.
I was in a grey vest.
And he was talking like crud, and I was like, yes, he's talking
that real-ish.
I'm gonna find it and tell you because
Yeah, let me know what it was. Let me know. Because you've been, like you were one of like the early kind of like people that were showing love, man, and it's nice to be recognised by certain people in the industry. Like I remember even Chucky Online, for instance, shouted me out there about a couple months ago when my friend Rashante was on his video. And that caught me off guard completely. I was like, oh damn! So at least they've seen the boy's face. I'm sure I DM'd it, but that motherfucker didn't even reply to me. You know, Chucky, I'm on you for that. You know, wow. But yeah, no, he aired me. But still, at least he shouted me out, so that's cool. I don't take it personal. Yeah, it's not that deep. But you know, even like Paul from Blue Therapy reached out a couple months ago. We're building a relationship on Instagram.
Nice.
He's got something coming out, I think soon that he wants me to react to or something like that. So it's nice that the name and the face is like getting out there a little bit.
You're doing your thing, man.
I'm cutting through, man. I can't lie. It's hard though. It really is hard. It really is hard. But you know, but
nothing is easy though.
No, it's not.
What's that saying? It might be a bit like, but nothing worth having comes easy.
No, that's true. Yeah, I mean,
it definitely is.
Very, very. That's a very basic saying, but that's true. It's true though. It's true. Like, I didn't realize that while I was doing videos. When I first ever started YouTube, I was doing it in 2019, but I was uploading one video a week. Yeah. And then there was some months where I weren't uploading at all, just because life. So there'd be 2 months or whatever. Life be lifing, man. You know how it is. Yeah. But So March 2020, I literally had like 300 subscribers, and I've been doing it for a year. Wow. So I was thinking, this is dead. Like, but so it goes to show that to blow on this YouTube thing. If anyone's watching that want to do YouTube, like it's very important, that you actually upload very regularly and very consistently. Like it's some days I'm doing 3-4 videos a day. Like
you put that work in.
But now I'm working. It's quite hard. I can only do like 1 or 2 a day, but still like. We gotta make it, man. We're gonna make
in.
it. We gotta blow. We gotta blow. I need that call up from this brand. In fact, you're in the industry. You're in the modeling industry. I need to get back into that. You're an ambassador for Dove.
Yeah.
Shout out Dove for me.
Definitely.
Shout out Dove for me because
they're amazing.
Because right now, obviously, my face it's not looking the best, but like right now, yeah. When my skin's all smooth, I want to be that Dove. Yeah, I want to be that Dove ambassador. Like, get me on the line to the CEO of Dove, man, and give it that cool. For real.
I don't have that many pounds yet.
Yeah, cool. Well, to be honest, I think that's all like that I've got for you right now. You know, is that if we can wrap up, if you don't mind.
Yeah, thanks for having me, babe.
Did you have a good time today with me today? I'm literally so gassed, man. You've been like the first person in this new layout because I'm really what I'm trying to create here is just a platform where people come on and just speak their shit. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I really want to, as the channel evolves, I really love like this kind of setting to be like more of like a regular thing.
Yeah.
But like where I can get potential like anyone in different industries, modeling industry, musicians, actors. I want them to sit down, and it's not going to be like an interview necessarily, but just we could even talk about, for example, next time you come on the show, we could talk about. I think we even said like NBA or NFL or something like that. We can talk about what's going on.
Yeah, it's NFL, big NFL fan. Yes, we can next time I come on.
And you know what I'm saying? And we can just talk about something that my guest is interested in. Do you know what I'm saying? I think I'm really trying to create like a niche or like a unique, like a USP that's a bit different. Because you know, a lot of people do their like these podcast things and they're real sat there and it's just quite formal. And I don't know. That's not to slate anyone that's doing these podcast things. I'm just trying to.
You want something different, man?
Yeah, a little bit different, man. So it's a bit more like. You know, and get bouncing to and from, like ping pong and that, you know what I'm saying? So, but thank you, Naomi, so much for being my first ever guest, like being showing so much love, and like, come here, mate. Give me a hug.
Thank you for having me, babe.
Thank you so much, and listen, make sure you like the video, press subscribe, comment below, let me know your thoughts. Give me some feedback as well in terms of like the layout of this place, because this is like when I got here, I'm trying to restructure it, put the camera up in different places, but you know, I've got a camera here, got a camera there, but yeah, any feedback is taken on board and I appreciate that. So follow me on Instagram, follow Naomi, Curvy Naomi, you're done already, and yeah, I'll see you lot soon. Peace.
Bye.
I love it, thank you.